Welcome to Plantophiles, dear houseplant enthusiasts. My name is Tiffany and I will now introduce you to 18 gorgeous houseplants that are safe for cats. Enjoy! African Daisy, Gabbera Jamersoni. The first houseplant that makes our cat-friendly list is the African Daisy. African Daisy is a member of the family Compositae. Of the 30 different species within that family, there are some that can be kept indoors as potted plants. Gabbera Jamersoni is certainly one of them. Aluminium plant, Pilea categorized. The aluminium plant is an evergreen perennial native to tropical Southeast Asian rainforests. They can be found in tropical China as well as in Vietnam. The aluminium plant is related to the iconic Pilea peperomides, aka the Chinese money plant. The plant can grow up to 30 centimeters high and feels very comfortable in a warm climate. This low-maintenance houseplant can both be grown indoors and outdoors. Moreover, it only requires minimal care and does not pose any threats to your cat, as it is completely non-toxic to both cats and dogs. Bird's nest fern, Asplenium nidus. Ferns are generally considered to be very finicky houseplants, and I wouldn't disagree, to be honest. However, bird's nest fern is definitely one of the easier ferns to care for, and on top of that, its non-toxicity towards cats make this fern even better. If you get one of these, make sure to not expose them to direct sunlight, as all ferns grow best in moderate light. This is not very surprising after all, considering the fact that the natural habitat of most ferns is the shady forest floor. Boston fern, Nephrolepis exaltobostonensis. Ferns are among the oldest plants in the world. Moreover, with their long, attractive fronds, they are a true eye candy and can be grown both outdoors and indoors. The Boston fern is certainly no different. However, it needs to be said that ferns are not exactly low maintenance, and if you are new to houseplants, you might want to start with something easier, such as a ZZ plant or a monstera. So to conclude, the Boston fern is not all that easy to take care for, but it certainly has the advantage to be pet safe. Cushion aloe, Hortheretusa. Cushion aloe is on good terms with cats, meaning it is non-toxic to cats. This perennial succulent calls Riversdale, South Africa its home. In Riversdale and surrounding areas, you can find this succulent on almost every hill it seems. But in case you don't have time for a trip to beautiful South Africa, you might just want to open up Amazon and order one there for around $10 to $20. By the way, these plants are often advertised as cacti, but the cushion aloe is a true succulent. The blue hens and chicks, Echeveria Glauca. Is this a ghost plant? Well, no, but it definitely looks a little bit like one. That is true, but what we are dealing with here is actually an Echeveria. The natural home of Echeveria is Texas, Mexico, Central America and South America. While this succulent thrives extraordinarily well in arid mountainous regions, it is also possible to keep it as a houseplant. The blue hens and chicks is further known to be cat-friendly and is also non-toxic to both dogs and horses. Nerve plant, Fittonia versicolata. I really do enjoy all these Latin names for houseplants. They somehow add a magical touch to our leafy friends, right? Sort of. But on the other hand, it's just so incredibly difficult to remember these, right? Well, Fittonia versicolata is certainly not a name I will be able to recall in the foreseeable future. So let us just call it nerve plant for now. The natural habitat of nerve plants is the tropical forests of South America. However, this plant can also thrive indoors, for example in a terrarium. In general, however, one must say that it is not exactly easy to keep a nerve plant as a houseplant. The easiest way is definitely in a terrarium. But even if you try it without a terrarium, at least you do not have to be afraid that this plant will harm your cat, as it's non-toxic for cats as stated by the ASPCA. Flame African Violet, Epicia recens. Flame African Violet is a member of the family Gesneriaceae and is another beautiful houseplant classified as non-toxic to cats by the ASPCA. Flame African Violet are flowering plants that are often grown in the tropics. In temperate regions, however, you'll also often find them as houseplants. These plants are not exactly the easiest houseplants to grow and cultivate, but at least you don't need to be worried that they will bring harm to your cat, as they are officially safe for cats as per the ASPCA. Friendship plant, Pilea involucrata. Pilea involucrata is another great addition to your urban jungle, even if you have cats lurking around. This pet-safe pilea does look great, is classified as low maintenance and is very easy to propagate, so what are you waiting for? And by the way, pilea are generally among the safest plants for pets. You could also go for a creeping pilea, Pilea microphylla, or even a Pilea peperomides. Ghost plant. Earlier on in this video, we have been talking about the Echeveria Glauca. It really does resemble the ghost plant, don't you think so? One thing that these two certainly share is the fact that they are non-toxic to cats, and by the way also non-toxic to horses, in case you got a horse running around your living room. Ha 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 ha. The ghost plant, which, by the way, also goes by the noble name of mother of pearl, is native to Mexico. This succulent plant likes bright locations with plenty of direct sunlight all year round. A sunny and warm location at a south window is usually a great choice. Goldfish plant, Hippocyta. Cats certainly like to play with real goldfish, but do they also like to mess around with goldfish plants? Well, I am not sure about that. But thanks to the ASPCA, I know one thing for sure, goldfish plants are non-toxic to cats. So even if your cat mistakes your goldfish plant for real goldfish, you won't need to worry too much. Metallic Peperomia, Peperomia caperita. Plants of the genera Peperomia are generally a cat's best friend cause they are all classified as non-toxic to cats by the ASPCA. The metallic Peperomia, Peperomia caperita, is no exception, so feel free to get your hands on one of these neat little non-toxic plants. Paddys Wig, Solorolia soleroli. Paddys Wig, also known as angel's tears, is another cat-friendly plant that you can grow indoors, for example in a terrarium or some kind of bucket container. One of the reasons why this houseplant is so popular is because it is very low maintenance. Another good reason why angel's tears makes for a decent houseplant is its non-toxic nature. Absolutely pet safe, at least as far as cats and dogs go. Pheasant plant, Cryptantha zonatus. For some reason, this plant looks kinda toxic. It must be the colors, I guess. But take it easy, Cryptantha zonatus is not classified as toxic to cats as per the ASCPA, so it's all good. Prayer plant, Maranta leuconera. So next in line is the beautiful Maranta leuconera plant. This beautiful houseplant belongs to the family of Marantaceae, which ultimately also includes the whole Calathea genus, and Calatheas are generally very cat-friendly. So what does that tell us? It tells us that this prayer plant is pet safe. Cats okay, dogs okay, horses okay. Rattlesnake plant, Calathea insignis Calathea lancifolia. I had one of these beautiful plants in my living room. Oh sorry, I mean my owner had one of these in his living room, and I actually really enjoyed nibbling on it, and it was no problem at all. It must have to do with the fact the rattlesnake plants are indeed classified as safe for cats by the ASPCA. Spider plant, Chlorophytum. It is pretty easy to imagine your cat nibbling on one of these beautiful leaves of the so-called spider plant, right? I guess so. But the question is, would there be any consequences? Luckily enough, there would most certainly be no consequences at all, as Chlorophytum is considered pet safe by the ASPCA, including cats and dogs. But that doesn't mean that you should let your cat feast on this beauty for dinner, as chewing, or worse, eating large amounts of the spider plant could obviously still result in your furry friend having an upset stomach or showing other signs of discomfort. Wax plant, Hoya carnosa. Are you looking for pet-safe houseplants that blossom? Then look no further. Wax plants definitely meet this criterion. This flowering plant belongs to the family of Apocynaceae and calls Eastern Asia and Australia home. Hoya carnosa is a popular houseplant, mainly grown for its attractive waxy foliage and maybe also partly because it is absolutely pet-safe. If you did indeed enjoy this video, please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Au revoir.